Lice? What do you mean? I meant slice of life. After filming Chill Town, I'm just like, how do you move into this video? Oh my goodness, what a video that was. Forget about Chill Town. You and I are the same. You know why? We both have wish lists full of farming games that we cannot wait to play. But the thing is, majority of them don't have a release date. So why don't we talk about the ones that do have a release date, or at least are confirmed for 2024. And to make this even more exciting, I have one Steam key for Coral Island that one of you can win. So stick around till the end to figure out how to enter the giveaway. Hello, you gorgeous human being, it's Miss Bubbles. If I missed any farming game that is confirmed for 2024, please let me know down in the comment section because it will help me choose which games I want to review for you next. So here's one that is fairly newly announced. Mirthwood seems to be a hybrid of farming and RPG set in an immersive medieval fantasy, and you're given the choice of either living a more calm life while farming and trading, or a more dangerous one by picking up your sword and going on adventures. The world seems inviting to explore with diverse regions and towns to discover, so you're gonna meet different NPCs and you can choose how to approach them, whether you want to be friends, grow a relationship, or maybe be unbubbly and just be rivals with them. You also have survival elements where you need to overcome harsh weather conditions and diseases, and I really like the hand-drawn visuals here, so I'm definitely excited for this one. You can stay tuned for it because it's set to release sometime in Q3 of 2024. The garden path is a mix of gardening and some farming elements, and the reason I wanted to share it here is because I love slice of life elements in games, and when they're included in one, I'm definitely gonna make sure I tell you about it. This one's perfect for short and sweet sessions where you can pick it up when you have some free time, play for 15 to 30 minutes, and then go on doing whatever you wanted to do for the rest of the day. So it's very similar to Animal Crossing or Cozy Grove. Freaking love that game. If you haven't played it, like literally, what are you doing? What are you doing? Buy it. I promise you're gonna love it. But anyways, back to the garden path. This one's goal is to give you the absolute freedom and enjoyment of a wide range of activities. So you have things like fishing, gardening, home designing, and more, while you meet a cast of whimsical characters with different stories that they're gonna share with you, and all of these secrets are gonna lead to the secret of the garden. The art style here is again one that just looks so beautiful and mesmerizing, and I've seen the developer interact on Twitter a few times, so they seem very passionate about this project, and you can look forward to playing it sometime in Q2 of 2024. Now, if you want a farming game where you play as a spy and you're on this unfamiliar planet, then Shine Hill should be on your wish list. You play as a spy and you're gonna need to learn about your neighbors and get them to trust you, but you're also going to be living your day-to-day life as you fish, farm, explore abandoned dungeons, and cook different meals. I always appreciate a farming game that gives us a story, like think Wildflowers, My Time at Sandrock, My Time with Portia. So this one seems like it's gonna do that, so I'm definitely excited for it. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how the gameplay mechanics are gonna be, because you're also trying not to reveal your true identity. And the pixel graphics and more subtle color palette is a welcome change. We can play this one sometime in July 2024. Moving towards more realistic graphics, if that's your jam, I have two of those. The first one is called Chinese Frontiers, and it's releasing in Q2 of 2024. This one sets you in a Chinese settlement during the construction of the Great Wall, and in the meantime you need to survive. So you're gonna have to get food by farming and fishing. You're gonna also learn how to hunt, and then you can craft different items which you can either use or sell. This looks like a fun one, and I really hope that the farming element is gonna be a complex one, and it's brought to us by Playway SA, who published games like House Flipper and Thief Simulator, which are ones that I really love. So my expectations are pretty high for this one, but then also, you know, we need to taper them, so I'm really excited to see how it unfolds when it releases in, again, Q2 of 2024. And the next more realistic farming game is gonna be Farmer's Dynasty 2, and in this one you are basically inheriting the family farm, and you need to make sure that your generation prospers as you create your own legacy. You're gonna choose if you want to use more traditional farming methods or more modern ones. You can also meet the NPCs and become part of the community by helping them out and completing quests for them. I'm eager to learn more about this one. It's published by Toplets, Games, and they have like a mixed bag of publishing games. They did publish Medieval Dynasty, which I freaking love, but there are other games that are not so great. So let's see how it's gonna unfold when it releases sometime in 2024. Now here's a hybrid RPG that just looks so cute, cozy, and quirky, and it's called Little Known Galaxy. This one brings you a single-player cozy adventure where you join the Space Alliance as a captain in training. While you work with your crew to solve a mystery revolving around an ancient relic, you're gonna also learn how to craft, farm, explore, and meet a cast of quirky characters. And farming-wise, you can harvest crops and use them to cook recipes. But you're also in charge of customizing your ships from the floor to furniture, decorations, machines, and more. And the cute part is these Xenos that you can hatch and raise that will need your love and attention. This one has plenty of promising mechanics, and I love when a farming game is capable of bringing different elements and making it feel like a complete package rather than it just feeling like, oh, we just threw eggs in different baskets and just nothing makes sense. So you also have things like the museum to donate to, you can romance, you have a ranking system to become a better captain, and researching, to name a few. I'm definitely intrigued in seeing how all these systems will be implemented because I really like the direction of this one, and I've been in touch with the devs and they seem really excited about this one, so let's stay tuned and see what happens next. I also wanted to touch on a couple of farming games that I've talked about maybe in last year's videos or the year before that, but of course delays always happen when it comes to these games, and that's fine. They still deserve the spotlight, and with them being confirmed for 2024 now, let me just tell you about them. And the first one is gonna be Chef RPG. I love cooking mechanics in games, so when you add that to other genres that I love, such as RPGs and farming, you've instantly caught my attention. In summary, the developer is inspired by Gordon Ramsay's Great Escape TV show. I've never watched that, but basically, from what I understand, there are chefs who collect their own ingredients from the wilderness, and this is what has driven the developer's main concept for Chef RPGs. So not only are you worrying about the restaurant management mechanic, like hiring staff members, maintaining stock, and collecting recipes, but you also enjoy exploration, foraging, fishing, cooking, and more. This was originally planned to release in September 2023, but it was delayed to 2024, and seems like the devs are cooking a announcement day or a trailer very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. The Ranchers is another one I'm really excited about, but also it comes with a mixed bag of worry, and I'm gonna tell you why. So this one gives me a vibe of what GTA would be like if it was a farming game. You can play with up to 3 friends in this open world where you have plenty of things to do like farming, ranching, hunting, building, fishing, and more. And you also have many ways to traverse the land, like using cars, scooters, horses, pickup trucks, and more. Plus there are plenty of skills for you to unlock, trading guilds to join, auction markets to sell your products to other players, houses to own and build, and a lot more. And while all of this sounds really cool, it goes back into what I said with Little Known Galaxy. I wonder if there's just so many mechanics happening right now that will it just feel like this just incomplete chunks of gameplay mechanics that we're just throwing into one game, or hopefully the developers are able to give the same amount of love for the different mechanics so that it actually feels fulfilling doing them, rather than being like, oh, there's like, I can do fishing and I can do mining and I can do this and I can do that, but there's no purpose behind them. So let's see what happens when it releases sometime in 2024. We also got news about the release date for Echoes of the Plum Grove. I've been talking about this so much, I've probably talked your ears off about it, but in case you didn't know, it's coming on April 29th, and I do really hope that I can review this for you, so make sure you're subscribed so you can stay up to date to the reviews, because I probably will review a lot of the games here. But anyways, first off, the art style looks so unique here and charming with that mix of Paper Mario inspired characters, but the premise of this one can literally revolutionize how farming games are gonna be moving forward. While you begin a new life in Honeywood and establish your farm and tend to your barn animals, the most interesting mechanic here is the social aspect of this game. The community seems to be valuable, so things like romancing multiple NPCs is not gonna fly by. Gossip is gonna spread around and you will suffer the consequences. Your decisions also matter, so if you die, the legacy will be carried on by your children, but if you don't have any children, then that's it, you know, your lineage is over. And that's why things like prepping for the winter season is very important as well, if you want to make sure that you can maintain the upcoming generations. I know the demo did extremely well, so I'm very eager to try it myself. Sunnyside is also scheduled to release sometime in 2024, and it had a lot of hype around 2022. It is this game that is set in the Japanese countryside and is aiming to bring more modernity to farming games. So when you move, you're gonna establish your farm, but also build bonds with the locals, and you can use modern technology to make your time in your farm easier, so you can actually use the rest of the time to get to know the community and support their businesses and even pursue romance. I played this demo very early on, about 2 years ago, and it had a lot of work that had to be done, and then a recent demo showed that the devs did take into consideration the feedback that we gave, and they added a bit more content and some quality of life updates, but it's still not that perfect. I know Josh from Josh's Gaming Garden had some funny experiences with it. It seems like it's gonna have its own take on the genre, so hopefully it will bring a breath of fresh air with its gameplay. Everhome brings an open-ended RPG and adds farming, socializing, and mystery solving into one. You play as Lily, who is searching for her sister, and as you stumble upon a magical portal, you get teleported to Everhome, a place full of mystery, cozy vibes, but also not so cozy vibes because there is combat here, so definitely be aware of that. You'll build your home and meet people who need your help, which I'm guessing is where the open-ended part comes from, as you're trying to find where your sister is and bringing her back home. The art style is very cute, the premise is very promising, there are different gameplay mechanics being brought here, so I'm definitely excited to try it when it comes out sometime in 2024. Critter Cove is scheduled for Q2 of 2024, so I'm hoping we get a release date soon. With this one, I tried its demo last year and I really loved it. Here you're basically stranded on this island and you have an open world to explore while enjoying different mechanics from farming to foraging, gathering resources, diving, which was terrifying, crafting, sailing, fishing, and rebuilding the town to attract new visitors. It overall doesn't take itself too seriously, but the demo was so fun to play, so I'm definitely interested in seeing how the development has been when it releases in early access. I'm gonna leave my demo shenanigans in the pinned comment. It was really funny playing that game, so definitely check it out. Now, Fields of Mystria is this cute farming RPG hybrid that you've probably seen many times, and we've all been waiting for it. It feels like a really long time. The graphics here, I would say, are a mix of Littlewood, if you ever played that. If you haven't, do yourself a favor and play it, but it also has a mix of Stardew Valley added in. You have your farming, fishing, mining, and crafting, along with raising animals and breeding them, using magic in both farming and combat, as well as romancing. This was confirmed to be releasing in 2024 during last year's Wholesome Games Showcase, so fingers crossed with the next Wholesome Games Showcase happening in June, we can get a better look at it and get a release date as well. Pixelshire is another cute hybrid of farming and RPG sandbox, which also adds some lice. Lice? What do you mean? I meant slice of life. Slice. Slice of life elements, okay? It mixes in some town building, so think terraforming, decorating, and placing new houses and buildings, along with exploration and combat. You're also gonna meet some friends and ask them to join you, which I love when friends can join you, not real friends, but like the NPCs in the game, because sometimes these farming games just feel really lonely, okay? This also reminds me a bit of Littlewood and seems to add even more content, so you have things like discovering treasures in caves, you can fight enemies, and you get this sense of freedom in how you shape your surroundings. I played the demo last year in a stream, and that demo was not the demo was not demoing. The performance issues were really bad, but since then the developer has been putting in the work, so hopefully it will be a lot more polished when it releases sometime in 2024. I also want to give an honorable mention to one more game because I know the developer has been kicking their butt, working hard on this, so I do want to tell them, like, I see you, I appreciate what you're doing, and they're very lovely. I interact with them on Twitter, and they're making this game called Ova Magica. This is a JRPG farm sim that brings inspiration from both Stardew Valley and Pokemon. So you gather these like cute blobs, and they come in various shapes and sizes, and they can help you on your farm. You can also take them to combat because you're gonna be battling other blob trainers. So there's an active battle system here, and the fun part is that you can also go on expeditions to find rare blobs to add to your team and then maybe breed if you want to. You also have different bachelors and bachelorettes to meet and potentially romance. And to make things even more exciting, you do have your crafting elements that will make your farm life a bit easier. To enter the Coral Island giveaway, let me know which farming game are you most excited for, and make sure to leave Coral Island somewhere in the comments so I know that you're interested in that. And if you're looking for the best farming games to play right now, I have an amazing video for you, so definitely check it out. Thank you to my YouTube and Bubbly patrons for making videos like this possible. Thank you for watching, and a shout out goes to Jake Logan, The Game Dimension, Stephanie for going the extra mile. Till next time, stay bubbly. No lice.